Hello, everybody. Welcome. Knock, 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 knock. How y'all doing today? Check, mic check, check, check. It's kind of a hazy day out. You can see over my shoulder as we're looking out over the Brooklyn Bridge Park, the Manhattan skyline off in the distance over there. It's another beautiful day. Let me get my lighting going a bit better. Another beautiful day to talk about the real meaning. Oh, my beard is itchy. Real meaning of the deck of 52. As I do on these weekly wisdom calls, talking about what is the quantum weather report. 52 cards in this deck, 52 weeks in the year. Each week is symbolized by one of these cards. And knowing what it is gives us some really helpful clues about what to look out for in our week, how to prepare for our week, how to get the most out of our week, how to optimize our performance in the week, so that we don't trip and fall unnecessarily, so that we don't go outside with rain boots on when it's 75 degrees and sunny, so that we don't go outside with sunglasses on in a rainstorm. How do we best prepare for the energy of the week so that we're in tune, so that we're in harmony? And in this harmony we find joy, peace, bliss, and the right people showing up at the right time, the right doors opening, because we are in tune and in harmony with our own free will, consciously choosing to be in harmony with what is, getting in sync with the tides of life. And that's when it gets really fun, not swimming against the current, struggling against the energies of life, but we're in tune with the energies of life. And my nose is really itchy right now. I gotta itch my nose. I'm gonna hide if I itch my nose. Ugh. I don't know why I have such an itchy nose right now, but anyway, the card of the week this week is, drum roll please, it's Natalia's birth card, the Two of Clubs. That is the card of the week. So, what does that mean for us? How do we prepare for this energy? How do we interact with this Two of Clubs energy? What does that mean for us? What's the best way to approach life, given that this is the symbol of the energy pattern that's all around us, we could say, in the quantum field? It's in our collective consciousness. Clubs is the mind, first of all. Hi, Donna. And the Two of Clubs is about creating connection and partnership. So, great week to build partnerships, to look for alliances, to have connections where the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, to have those all-important conversations that perhaps you've been dreading to have, the ones that have been lurking and lingering. Time to have the conversation. Time to have the meeting of the minds, where you connect your mind with someone else's mind, hopefully, right, in a genuine dialogue. And then out of the genuine dialogue, something emerges that is more than each of these parts. What that means is going into the conversation with an open mind that you don't know all the answers yet, which is very different than going into a conversation with your finger pointer ready to tell the other person how it is. I'm going to tell you how it is. You're going to listen to me. That's not a good dialogue. We go into a conversation, we say our thoughts, listen to the other person's thoughts. Oh, together, there's something else here. My thoughts and your thoughts together create something else. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So looking for opportunities to create this synergy, this dialogue. Hey, David. Well, I'm glad this is timely to hear. I would say no accident, no surprise that it's timely to hear, because we are all experiencing this whether we realize it or not. Fortunately, those of us who are lucky enough, wise enough to tune into this symbolism, we get to consciously play with these energies rather than having them just wash over us in some unexpected, tragic way where people unfortunately experience life as something that slaps them in the face and they don't know what's coming, and oh my God, this caught me by surprise. This conversation was a real doozy, or I tried to have a conversation with so-and-so and it didn't go well. We know this is what's timely right now. This is what's in play right now. And I woke up this morning to some messages of people who wanted to have conversations with me. And I know that there's a couple people who I really want to have conversations with, and I'm going to be looking to do that this week. So what not to do when the Two of Clubs is present? Remember that last week was the Ace of Clubs. And the Ace of Clubs is an energy of single-pointed attention and focus. And yes, Donna, it can be very scary to initiate and engage in these all-important conversations. Absolutely, we avoid them then. But so last week, the Ace of Clubs was about our own ambition. And so I counseled you all last week to have more me time, more alone time. Focus on your own thoughts and your own ambition. That would be not a good strategy this week. This week, the strategy is connecting, partnerships, connecting your thoughts with other people's thoughts, building teamwork, forging alliances. So not a good idea to push people away this week and try to go on your own. That would be a bad strategy. You'll be pushing against the currents of life, where life is asking you, inviting you to have connections and conversations this week. Okay? Another thing not to do when the Two of Clubs is present. Notice that there's a space between these two clubs. That's not an accident. They're not smushed together. So be alert to avoid any codependency this week, where out of fear, you think that you can only do it with someone else. Right? I can only do this with your help. We can only go this place if you come with me. I won't go there by myself. This doesn't mean be joined at the hip and do anything and everything with someone else in a partnership, because there is this space. Right? So you have your own space within the team, within the partnership, romantically or professionally. So if you find yourself smushed or joined at the hip in this codependent, fearful, I can't do anything without you mindset, then it's time to create a little more space. Just take a step back. So in that case, it is important for you to have more alone time or more me time, but only so that you can be a better partner. Let me just sit with this and think this through, and then I'll come back to you in a little while with an answer. Or let me just process this, and then I can talk to you tomorrow and we can talk about this. Right? Finding your own space so that you can connect better, so that you have more to offer, so you can really and truly forge dynamic partnerships where the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. This is a mental connection, sharing ideas. So maybe you have some really good ideas and you want to connect them with someone else's good ideas. Great week to do that. So, conversation, communication, creating partnerships. And that may mean, very, very well could mean, someone approaches you this week with an idea to do things together. If, for example, that happens for me, I'm going to be listening more than I would normally be. Like, okay, let me see what this idea is, because I know this is a week of partnership. Let me listen and lean into this other person's offer of partnership, because I know that this is the energy in play. Let me look for more opportunities to build bridges, so to speak. And this again goes to engaging and initiating conversations that need to be had. How can I reach out, so to speak, and create this synergy, this connection? So that's another possibility, that you consciously and proactively reach out to have those conversations, which is kind of what I already said before. Any questions? Comments? This is a great time to have a dialogue, have a communication powwow session. It's really interesting how scary conversations can be for us. We have a lot of hopes and fears around them. Most of us get stuck in a monologue inside our head, or we have a dialogue inside our head, even. Get those thoughts out of your own head and actually have the conversation with someone else. You'll have a very different experience. Donna, who is listening, I can see you're commenting. You were sharing something with me that was really appropriate and helpful the other day. You were talking about how people are playing roles in your own movie and they don't even know it. Right? We do this in our own head. We create a story, and in this story, in our own head, other people are play actors, and we have dialogues with them in our head, and they're in our own movie, and they don't even realize it. And then what I do, and I'll confess this, is I actually get angry at the person. In real life, I get angry at them for what they said to me in my own movie, in my own head. I don't know if you've ever done that. But that's something that I know I've done. I have a whole story playing in my head. The person in my head says something to me, and then I'm angry at that person in real life. And then when I see them next, I'm like, I can't believe you said that to me. But it was my own movie. It was my own story of the script that I wrote for them to say in my own head. So I'm on the lookout for that, and I encourage you to be on the lookout for that this week too. So let me scroll back. So Donna, you wrote, if we look at the Pluto 6 of Spades, is this a clue to face the scary? So for those of you who don't know, what Donna is asking is the 6 of Spades in the life path, and here's my book. For those of you, it's going to be backwards on the screen, but Play Your Cards Right, A Sacred Guide to Life on Earth. In this book, you can see the life path for all the cards. And the 6 of Spades is the Pluto card to the 2 of Clubs for the life path. Is the 6 of Spades a clue to face the scary? Maybe. I guess so. In the sense of the 6 of Spades is about channeling an answer and downloading our own insights. Sure, we can ask and download answers, possibilities, insights that we then bring to the table. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's something that I'm reflecting on. I just want to talk to you about it or share it with you. Maybe that helps. Let me just add. So David asks, what's the best way to bring this out of my head into my heart? I spend so much time in my head. That's a great question, David. That's a big question. That's like the human condition kind of question. My question to you, David, is do you know your birth card? because that would help me a lot to answer the question for you, so that it's not a generic answer, but it's specific to you and your cards to play. Do you know your birth card? Aha! Dun dun dun. Here you go, David. This is your starting point. This is my book, Play Your Cards Right, A Sacred Guide to Life on Earth. It's available on Amazon. It's also available as a download on my website. And David, once you know your birth card, and I talk about it in the book actually, there are very specific strategies for each card about how to get out of the head and into the heart, or simply just out of the head and into more authentic expression. So I talk about that. For each card, I explain it. It's different for each card. Spencer, anything this week about handling transitions and unknown futures? Ooh. Yes, that is a doozy. You have, Spencer, I don't know if you realize this, you've hit on a really important topic for this Two of Clubs. I alluded to it in the earlier portion of the call when I say there can be a lot of fear and codependency. Like, I can only do something with another person. It's too scary for me to do it on my own. This happens with the Two of Clubs. A lot of fear about the unknown, and I need someone else to hold my hand in order to face the unknown, because I don't feel like I could do it on my own. And what that means with this energy present is that you may avoid taking important risks until you get someone else to do it with you. And you may procrastinate in doing some all-important transition or risk-taking or stepping into the unknown. You may procrastinate and rationalize it by saying, well, I'm not going to do this by myself. I need someone to do it with me. And then you don't do it. So this may happen this week, that you get stuck and don't make important steps, don't face the unknown, because you think you need somebody else's help in order to do it. And you don't want to do it by yourself. It feels too scary, too much, too big. I need someone else to hold my hand. I need someone else to do this with me. Now, you very well may get someone to do it with you, and you can certainly reach out for help, let's say, and ask a friend or a mentor or coach or therapist. You certainly can do that, but just be aware that you don't think that you can't do it alone, and then you block yourself from taking action. I hope that helps. It's a great question. All right, well, this is fun. I love answering you guys' questions. This is a good expression of this Two of Clubs energy, that we have this dialogue, and we can share ideas, and your questions actually help me to think about it more fully and bring out other aspects of this card. So, have a great week. Enjoy playing the game of your life. Enjoy having the conversations that will put you in a place of harmony. And think about it that way, that these conversations will bring more harmony in your life. So it's worth it, even if it seems a little scary or risky to do it. Having these conversations is what will bring more fun, more peace, and more life to your life. And as always, I encourage you to live your life like it's your favorite game to play.